Hi guys, in this episode of Weeekly, I'm gonna be reacting to the new comeback of the girl group Weeekly with the song Vampara. And I gotta ask you, didn't I react to Weeekly very recently? I mean, I know that the last month has passed very quickly, or very slowly, it depends on how you look at it, but since I haven't recorded much in the last 3 weeks because of the events happening in the world. By the way, I'm recording this video on March 16th, so I'm talking about the events in the world from March 24th until now. So I haven't been posting for quite a while, so maybe that's why Hi guys, in this episode of Weeekly, I'm gonna be reacting to the girl group Weekly's newest comeback, Vampara. And I gotta say, I feel like I reacted to a song of theirs very recently. It might feel very recent, that they've came back very recently, because I was a little bit overwhelmed with releases last year, so I'm still kind of making my way through music videos that I haven't reacted to yet, that were released in the last fourth of last year, and I might have reacted to it only recently in like late January and early February, or maybe it feels like it was very recently that I reacted to them because I haven't been recording any videos for about 2-3 weeks because of the events in the world and in my personal life. I've talked about some of those things in separate videos, so I'm not gonna reiterate that, but the point is, it feels like I recently reacted to a song of theirs, so this kind of came out of nowhere in my opinion for me. But I'm hoping that I'm gonna like it. So far, I feel like for the most part, their songs have been pretty entertaining. Not necessarily like my number one, but they've been good. I've been pretty satisfied. I'm pretty sure like one of their songs was like in my top 10 songs of last year, or at least very close to that. I'm not exactly sure, but the point is I've liked this group quite a lot, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna like this song. So without further ado, let's get into it and find out in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's a different aesthetic for them, for sure. Man, how much does it cost to build a set like this? And also, how much of it is CGI? Okay, this is a very different direction for Weeekly. Like, this is the first time they're doing like a girl crush concept. They have not at all done something like this before. Honestly, I personally would have preferred if they stuck to what they were doing so far. Like I've said many times, I'm a multi-fandom kind of stan. So if I want a different kind of sound, I'll go to a different group. So that's why I prefer my groups to stick to one sound or one style. That is not to say that this song is bad. I think it's pretty enjoyable so far. It's just that it feels weird for Weeekly to do this. Like, this feels something more like what Pixie would do, or even Weeekly. I can see Weeekly doing something like this more than Weeekly. Man, I've been reacting to quite a few music videos today, and I still have quite a lot of music videos to react to. And I gotta say, at this point, I'm really starting to notice a lot of cliches. Man, I really like the girl with the blue hair. She looks a little bit like Yuji from G-Friend, which is so weird. Because for a second there, it makes me think that, oh, Yuji is doing a song like this, which is just such a thing that I could never see happen, because she in G-Friend didn't do music like this at all. And even as a soloist, her music is nothing like this at all. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this. I feel like, in terms of catchiness, the song is a little bit lacking. It's probably their least catchy song, or at least second least catchiest song that they've done. But it's only been one listen, so I'm gonna save that opinion for after doing the second listen, because I feel like it's gonna get better. Because the chorus, I think, is pretty good. Like, it's very hard hitting and in your face, and I like that stuff. But I feel like they excel at the cuter and more playful stuff much more, and that's why I would like them to stick with that. Like, I think the song was called After School that they released last year. I really like that song because of how playful it is, and I love that style for them. I think they nail it. So I'd like them to stick with that, because when you with them going into like a girl crush direction, like, it saturates the market. There's already so many, and like I said, this sounds very much like a song Pixie would do. And I don't know, I'm not really into them doing something like that because of how much it reminds me of that. Although I definitely really like their outfits and their visuals in this music video. They look really good. The music video looks really good, although weirdly slightly lower budget, because it feels like maybe there's like one like major expensive set and the rest is just like a room. But again, I'm gonna focus more on that during the second reaction to see whether that's the case or just that's the impression that it left. But yeah, overall, it's serviceable, but it's not necessarily the exciting song that I was hoping it was going to be. But still, we have one more listen, one more reaction to do before I say my final thoughts. So without further ado, let's get into it again in 3, 2, 1. Okay, the chorus is good for sure. Man, I just can't get over the fact that that blue-haired girl looks like Yuju. It looks too much like Yuju is actually singing this in this song. I think she has like the same eyes. Also, she looks amazing. That outfit with like the black shirt looks so good on her. And that lip ring really impacts you when you see the girl with it. Like, I'm not the kind of person to really go crazy for like lip rings or whatever, but she looks really good with it, and it really impacts you when you see it. Yeah, I think I've pretty much decided on who's my bias in Weeekly. The blue hair girl. For sure. Although this girl with the lip ring is also pretty good. Okay. Ultimately, I think the only issue that I have with this song is I feel like it's lacking in terms of catchiness a little bit. Because like at the end of the day, yeah, I don't like that they're going for like a girl crush direction when I was enjoying their more playful style beforehand. But it's not like I'm not gonna enjoy like a hard-hitting and edgy song regardless. But I still feel like in terms of its catchiness, there's something left to be desired. It's not like too bad or anything. I think the chorus is pretty good, but I feel like it could have been a little bit more exciting and catchier. Like there's something left to be desired, which is why for this song, ultimately, I am going to give it a rating of 8.4 out of 10, which is still like a pretty high score. Like it's an enjoyable song. I'm definitely gonna listen to it, but there's definitely something that was left to be desired, even if we ignore the fact that I prefer what their style was before shifting into a girl crush direction. And yeah, I think they nailed it, honestly. Like, in terms of the girls and the performance and their singing and everything, I think they nailed it just fine. But, again, I just like what they were doing before more, and I feel like that just fits them a little more compared to this. That just was, like, with no issues or no flaws, no nitpicks whatsoever. But this, yeah, it's good, but, you know, it just was better what it was before, in my opinion. But I'm curious what you guys think about the shift to a girl crush direction with this. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna cry over it even if they switch into this direction, but if the song's not end up being as catchy, I'm definitely gonna be bothered by it. But I'm curious what the general opinion is about this, so comment your thoughts down below and let's have a discussion about it. And also, if you guys want me to check out some weekly B-sides, which I definitely have an interest in doing so, definitely make sure to comment it down below and let me know if there's a demand for a reaction like that, because that would make me likely to do that reaction much sooner. But it's really up to you whether you want to do that or not. You can also even demand me to do a reaction to any B-sides to or an album to any group you want by going through my Patreon. But yeah, before in this video though, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, and Shenches. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you have decided to support me and have continued to support me for such a long time. I hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help.
because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things, like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that, because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair, and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way, and felt like they were ashamed of me, and everything. And that kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact, it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job, because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do, even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say.
And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the link in the description to my Twitter if you don't follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think this is pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!